What's going on, y'all? This is Gizzy. Well, got a phone call. Client 760. Let's hear. Good afternoon. This is Gizzy speaking. How you doing?
What it's friend.
From where?
From San Diego.
Oh, what's up? What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? I emailed you earlier. I do have a copy of like I went through True Credit, so I had a copy of all three reports, and I've been just kind of getting some of my own disputes on my own to try to get some stuff taken care of and let them do the investigation. And my credit scores are pretty low, but my income is okay, and I'd like to be able to buy a house soon. So I need to try to get my scores up. Most of the stuff that's negative is old. I don't really have anything current that's negative. I have just opened two secured credit accounts to start generating, because I haven't had any real new credit except for my car in the last couple years.
Okay.
So I did a secured credit card for $500. That just showed up this month, and I am in the process of opening a secure credit card through Bank of America. They don't show up as secured; they just show up as regular revolving credit accounts.
Okay.
And that one should go through in the next week or week and a half, and then I'll start kind of generating some stuff with it. But I just really need to try to figure out the best way to get my scores up or to remove some of the older derogatory stuff.
Okay. I have some questions.
Sure.
Okay, cool. When did you start doing your credit repair, and did you dispute all the negative items?
I started 4 or 5 weeks ago, and yes, I disputed all the negative items.
Okay, did the bureaus get back to you?
Yes.
And what did they say?
Some stuff they removed, other stuff they said verified, which is kind of impossible, but I don't know how they verify. But there's some stuff in here that's it's not mine, and they're saying it's verified or valid or whatever. And,
how old is that account? How old are those accounts?
Like I'm looking at, there's some.
Hello?
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Some of the stuff is 3 years old. It said it went to collection 3 years ago or 5 years ago.
Do you have a judgment?
I do have a judgment. Let's see, wait a minute. No, I don't think I have a judgment. I have a tax lien.
How much is that?
It's high. It's like, I don't know. I don't have that one in front of me.
Okay, now remember this. When you're gonna go purchase a home, I need to know how fast are you willing to take that next step to get that home. I need to know how fast you're willing to move on that, only because of the trade lines. Also, if you have a tax lien in there, you have to pay that off before you purchase the home. And each account that you will get needs to be, in order for you to qualify for a mortgage, you need to have 2 accounts that are at least 12 months old or a year, and 1 account that's at least 2 years old. Do you have any of those accounts available, or do you just have that one that you just opened?
No, I don't have a credit account. My car is my oldest credit account.
Okay.
Open credit accounts.
Okay. Are you
You're
paying
saying
it?
Open credit accounts that are 1 and 2 years old.
Yeah, and that could be easy. I could give you some trade lines that could show that, and but it depends on how fast you're willing to move, because some trade lines could stay there 30 to 90 days. Some could stay longer, but the rule of thumb is once the trade line hits, you have to go and get that funding. Also, it's kind of like a coaching process that I do, because I have to look at your credit, and then I have to tell you what it needs to be done. Like, the first thing that would need to be done is to pay that tax lien off. If you have some funds to pay that off, I think that would be the best thing.
Okay, so this tax lien that's showing up, I think it's a tax lien. Like, they're saying I didn't file taxes for a year, so they've estimated this lien. So I know that there's a couple of years that I didn't file taxes. So I'm going to engage a company like Tax Masters or Tax Resolution Services to engage the IRS on my behalf money off until we come up with a negotiated settlement without paying it off. Because that number is arbitrary that they've got in there. There's not a real calculated tax lien. And some of this stuff was from when I was married, and this tax lien was, some of our tax problems were resolved then. So I don't know if this one is resolved or not, but I can handle I think I can handle the tax one, because I'm hiring a team to deal with my tax issues.
Okay. Okay.
So I would like to be able to get a mortgage in November.
November. Okay.
4 months.
Okay, that's fine. The things that didn't come off of your credit report. By the way, do you have that credit report? Is it a personal credit report or is it a commercial credit report?
Personal.
Personal. Okay. I would need. And how many inquiries do you have, by the way?
A bunch. Probably. They go back forever. I mean, I haven't really followed too much lately. It seems like some of them have inquiries a lot more than the others. A lot of these inquiries I'm looking at that are supposed to be for personal credit, I don't ever recall making. I had a roommate at one point who I think possibly was trying to put a credit account in name.
Wow.
But I don't know any way to get inquiries taken off. There's just like no way. Even if I've tried to request that they show me the signed authorization where I authorize you to run my credit, they can't, but they still can't remove the inquiry.
Well, that could be. Yeah, that could be done with it's the wording that you use with the letter. The letters have to be more aggressive, and then they'll be able to see, who's playing games and who's not. But I can't really tell you what's gonna come off or not because I just don't do that. I could tell you that we could try, but nothing is guaranteed with the inquiries unless you know someone in the inside that's able to do that. And there's some companies that could tell you that they could wipe everything out, but they're costly. They could cost from $1,700 to $2,000. And I don't know if we have that type. Oh, to wipe out all the negative information and the inquiries that you have.
And they can do it for $2,000. They can take care of all of it.
They can take care of all of it, but it's costly.
Does it stay off once they get it off?
It should stay off.
How long does it take them to do that?
Well, it's a process, so it could take 30 to 60 days. But I will have to get more information because I don't do that. I know people that do that.
Right.
That's the whole thing. And I'm not gonna lead you into that, without anything.
Listen, if they could guarantee me that, then it might be worth the $2,000 because I'll save just that much. And if I do plan to buy a house, which I do, I'm also looking at picking up some rental properties back east, in central United States.
Okay.
Where, like, a buddy and I have looked, and so there's houses that are Section 8 houses that are selling for $40,000. We found a few, and if they're good investment properties for $40,000, we can afford the mortgage for sure. And but because of my credit and tax status, I don't know if I can qualify for the mortgage, even on a house where we're putting 25% down.
Well, I have other programs for real estate investors as well. I don't know if you heard of a CPN number and shelf corporations. Have you?
No.
Okay, that's another vehicle that sophisticated investors use to leverage their Social Security number. CPN numbers kind of act like your social, but you can't use them for to get a job. You can't use them for any government things. It's just a number so that you can look good on paper. And what we do is we attach the CPN number, which has to be with your name and alternative address, and we attach it to a shelf corporation. With that shelf corporation, we're able to go out there and get funding with the business. So with the Corp being the business, now you're gonna have a personal guarantor, which will be the CPN